So welcome to this presentation of the PhD in chemical engineering. I'm the coordinator of the course, and Professor Pisano is the vice coordinator. Now I will briefly describe you in a nutshell the topics of this PhD, the research clusters, and also the career impact of doing the PhD on the graduated PhD students. So in a nutshell, it's a 3-year formative pathway to set a professional career as an independent researcher. So the PhD is a wonderful journey to be able to learn how to manage research. It's both theoretical and applied research, and we have cutting-edge laboratories to perform this journey, to go ahead in this journey. National and international funding attractiveness. We are a PhD with a very high capacity of self-funding with companies and with international programs, national and international programs. And this because we have, as I said, strong ties with industry. As other PhDs, it is a multidisciplinary PhD, and also we have a working environment which is highly international, thanks to the many collaborations that we have, including the ones of mobility, so international mobility during the period of the PhD with foreign institutions. And we have also within our board of professors international members that come from many foreign countries, from Japan to Slovenia, France, etc., which helps us setting international standards for our PhD. So we are talking about almost a quarter, even more than a quarter of our board made of international members. So research clusters, it's a very multidisciplinary PhD, as I said, but I can gather the several topics into 4 main categories. One, it's biochemical engineering and biohazards or hazards management. The second one is on modeling, in particular multi-scale modeling and molecular engineering. Then the third one is chemistry and technologies for energy applications. And the fourth one is catalytic reaction engineering for sustainable technologies. So I have one slide for every topic. So in the topic of biochemical engineering, we have studies on fermentative processes applied to waste management. So from cell cultures, yeasts, bacteria, up to the scale of the reactor. So bioreactors for the production of biofuels, such as hydrogen, methane, alcohols, and so on. And we study, of course, the sustainability of these processes, so through LCA studies, and the technological risk management of plants and processes. The second topic is on multi-scale modeling. I have to say that on this topic, we have also access to external resources like the one of the Cineca, which is one of the supercomputers which has the highest computing power in the world, and we have access as a Politecnico di Torino. This includes molecular modeling of complex systems, for instance, proteins, pharmaceuticals, and so on, thermodynamics and kinetics, physical chemistry, multi-scale modeling of transport phenomena like in reactors, advanced process control tools, so the control of quality in the real plants, especially, for example, when we had all the problem of the vaccines. Clearly, we need such kind of tools to control the quality of the products, the repeatability of the processes. So when it was the COVID period, I actually saw this kind of tools in place to guarantee the quality of very delicate products. And then development of pharmaceutical and textile materials. Third one is chemistry and technology for energy applications. So batteries, we're studying the batteries, and also the photovoltaics. So third generation, like dye-sensitized and perovskite-based materials. And on the other hand, fuel cells like electrocatalysts for PEM fuel cells, direct methanol fuel cells, or high-performance polymers. So this is another topic, but connected to the one of energy as gas barriers, high thermal conductivity, anti-flame applications. So also this topic is within this category. And then the fourth one is on catalysis, and catalysis is widespread on many, many topics. So biorefinery processes, CO2 conversion to valuable products and process intensification, and also not to forget food products, processes, and quality. And career impact, we have many collaborations. This, I couldn't put more icons in this slide otherwise, but clearly this is not the whole set of collaborations. Certainly they are among the most prestigious ones, both academic and from the industry. So you see also industries that cover some of the topics that I mentioned before. And the perspectives, our PhD candidates are more or less half from abroad and half from Italy. The job opportunities are 1/3 in academia, 2/3 in the industry. And this share of industry is very strong in Italy, but also let's say the one of academia is strong both in Italy and abroad. So it's really an opportunity to pave the way for a career in the world of research, which I can assure you it's a really, really satisfying and really good opportunity in your life. So that's it from my side.
Thank you very much, Professor Ben Said, for this interesting presentation. So since we have a couple more minutes until the next presentation, I wanted to ask you, you finished talking about the professional outcomes of this PhD program, but if you could tell us a little bit more about what a PhD in chemical engineering can do, maybe what roles can you cover with the PhD in chemical engineering, the different, for example, in the private sector or, if possible, in the NGO sector?
Yeah, sure. Well, the opportunities are as many as the topics that I showed you before. You can imagine about now the transition to the electrical mobility, how important it is to study the phenomena, the transport phenomena inside a battery, for instance. We are thinking about critical raw materials. We want to optimize them. We don't want to dig and create mines to extract a lot of them. We want to recycle them. But we need to create materials that are able to be regenerated, reused, and you need to study very precisely how all the transport phenomena, this is typical of chemical engineering, occur inside a battery. For what concerns, for example, the CO2, we are moving from fossil fuels to renewables, but renewables are mainly in the electricity field. It is not yet in the chemistry field. So we need devices that are able to convert material into valuable, let's say waste material into valuable products thanks to electricity. And an example is CO2 conversion. So a lot of companies, the companies in the sectors called the hard to abate emission ones, so the ones for which emissions are very hard to be abated, well, we have to invest on processes that are able to, we say, rejuvenate, so make young again the carbon and start from CO2 to produce valuable products, which could be chemicals, which could be fuels, that in this case, being chemically the same of the fossil ones, in reality, they are fully renewable because they are based on renewable electricity. And also the third thing that I would say is on the sector of pharmaceuticals, and again, I take the opportunity to talk about the period of COVID. We have seen how critical, how the bottleneck in that moment was the production of vaccines that were reliable at very large scales. So after the great discoveries, scientific ones, but then we needed engineering facilities to do that. And we have to be sure that the product is of high quality. And in that case, we need modeling. We need to model the molecules. We need to know how they adapt to stresses, to the high temperature, the low temperature. You remember it had to be minus 70 Celsius degrees, but all these things are designed, and chemical engineers, knowing the structure of the molecules versus the forces that act on them, can play a role in scaling up these technologies. So health, energy, environment, it's really are really the sectors where chemical engineering is giving very nice opportunities to manage the research at a company level.
Thank you very much, Professor Ben Said.